While waiting for the subway, Kei notices that his childhood friend Kato is also standing nearby, but he doesn't say hi to him. Suddenly a drunk man falls on the train tracks and nobody knows what to do. Kato jumps in and tries to move the guy, but he can't do it alone. He asks the crowd for help and even calls Kei by name, but everyone ignores him. With no other choice, Kato moves the man as much as he can, and once he's at the platform's edge, the crowd finally helps him pull the man up. At that moment the train appears and Kei tries to help Kato get back too, only for both of them to fall. The train runs over them and they get ready to feel pain, however to their shock they appear inside a white room instead. There are other confused people there and a huge black sphere. Kei leaves the room to check the door, but it's locked. Kato checks the windows but they can't be opened either. Then Kato confronts Kei for ignoring him at the station and Kei claims he didn't see him. While they wondered what happened, the other people confirm that they also died and woke up in this room. Suddenly laser beams come out of the sphere and create a wet female body out of nothing. The group confirms that's how everyone has appeared here. Since the woman is naked, Hiroshi tries to stare at her body, so Kato covers her with his jacket while ignoring Hiroshi's protests. Then the sphere plays a wake-up song before a message appears on its screen. It says that their old lives are gone and the sphere gets to choose how they'll live their new ones. The sphere shows them a portrait of an onion alien and tells them to kill him. When the sphere opens, they find a bunch of guns inside and a man connected to the computer. He's unconscious and doesn't react when they poke him. There also are a bunch of suitcases with their names and they open them to find some strange suits. Nobody dares to put them on except for Kishimoto, who is wary too but needs to cover up her naked body. Kei notices that Nishi is already wearing the suit under his hoodie. While they inspect the guns, Suzuki shares that he remembers being sedated and taken to the hospital after a car accident, so they wonder if they're all hallucinating because of medicine, a coma, or an experiment. The sphere tells them to go as a countdown appears on the screen. Suddenly their bodies begin disappearing with the same blue lasers from before. The entire group is teleported outside and for a second they think they can go home, so Nishi decides to speak up. It turns out they're on a virtual reality show produced by Nishi's father. It's called American Tryout and organized by American Cable TV and Yale University. Whoever completes the mission wins $100,000. Nishi confesses he asked his father to put him on the show on purpose. Kei sees a child nearby and Nishi confirms that's the onion alien. They have 20 minutes to kill him, so most of the group goes after him. However, Kishimoto, Kei, and Kato stay behind. After a short chase the group manages to surround the kid, who pretends to be innocent before shooting slime from his nose to distract them and run away. Kei and the others are searching the area and notice there are no other people around. It also feels like they're walking in circles. Suddenly the chase passes by their side, so Kato and Kishimoto decide to follow it. This time it takes the group much more running to corner the boy again in a garage. Hiroshi shoots his gun and a blast of light makes the alien's arm explode. The boy responds by slashing the legs of 3 of the men, who furiously shoot their guns at the same time. The alien explodes and covers them in blood, causing Suzuki to throw up. Hiroshi thinks this is fun and starts shooting at the body repeatedly, causing more blood explosions until Kato stops him. At that moment a very tall man appears behind them and Hiroshi insults him, so the man cuts his leg off. Then he lifts him by the head, so Hiroshi shakes his arms trying to break free. This knocks off the man's wig, revealing he's also an alien and the boy's father. 2 guys open fire but the man uses Hiroshi's body as a shield and it soon explodes. Then the man reveals huge claws and proceeds to kill everyone in the garage except for Kato. Kei hears the screaming and follows it to find the alien about to end his friend too, but suddenly Kishimoto tackles the man and sends him flying against a wall. Her suit is glowing blue, which means it's providing her with improved strength and speed. When the alien recovers, Kei rushes to hide behind a van. The alien hits Kato and Kishimoto, sending them flying at the same time. However, Kishimoto is unharmed thanks to the suit. Seeing this, Kei opens his suitcase but finds it empty. When the alien comes after him, Kei sneaks around the van and hits the man on the head with the suitcase from behind. Furious, the alien roars and breaks the street light bulbs. He raises his arm to attack Kei, but at that moment a bunch of wires appear and twist around the alien to trap him. Then Nishi turns off his camouflage and tries to give a gun to Kei, saying he was creative with the suitcase so he deserves the point. Kei raises the gun but he doesn't dare to shoot, so Nishi takes it back and kills the alien himself. Afterward the 4 of them are sent back to the white room without any bloodstains. To their shock Suzuki appears as well and Nishi explains that as long as they aren't fully dead, they'll be brought back and injuries get healed no matter how serious they are. He refers to the sphere as Gaunt's as the countdown finally ends. Then it assigns points for the mission. Everyone gets 0 and insults except for Nishi, who gets 5 and has now accumulated 79. The pictures of the men who died in the garage are added to the long list of all the people who have been dying in the show. Nishi explains their mission is to kill space invaders and calls a few deaths awesome, causing Kato to grab him by his hoodie and ask why he didn't help them. Using the suit's strength, Nishi painfully removes Katie's hands while calling him a hypocrite. He only stops when Kei threatens to shoot him. Kei wants more answers, but then Gaunt's glows and everyone disappears. The next morning Kei wakes up in his bedroom and assumes everything was a dream. However, at the subway station he sees a sign about 2 passengers getting hit by the train. Later at college, some students talk badly about Kei while Kojima secretly draws him. After class she tries to befriend him, but Kei doesn't pay much attention to her. In the afternoon Kei tries to visit Kato at his old address, but the building has been replaced by a parking lot. Then he searches the street where the mission happened and finds the walls destroyed by the alien, but the garage is empty and clean. At that moment Kishimoto arrives and says she remembers everything too, she even has the suit. This confirms it was real, but they can't go to the police because nobody will believe them. Then Kishimoto asks Kei if she can stay at his house. When they get there, she explains she lives with her boyfriend and they recently broke up. She tried to self-delete in the shower, but instead she woke up in the white room. Kishimoto has the jacket Kato lent her, and in a pocket they find his notebook. Kei reads it to look for a new address and learns that Kato is on parole. He remembers that Kato never went to high school and his father was violent, which could explain a life turned to crime. Meanwhile, Kato has a nightmare about the death of the alien child. When he wakes up he goes to the bathroom and his brother Ayumu checks on him, but Kato tells him everything's fine. After the boy goes back to bed, the blue lasers take Kato's body and send him to the white room. Kei and the other survivors from the last mission are already there, plus 3 new people consisting of a young woman, a grandmother, and a crying child. Gantz plays the wake-up song and tells them that today's target is the Tanaka alien. Nishi tells them they can never escape Gantz and any deaths will just be replaced. Kei and Kato realize that Nishi used the 3 men yesterday as bait. Then Nishi and 2 new people are already being teleported, so the others rush to grab the weapons and the suits. The child and the grandmother are the first ones to appear in a parking lot and they're immediately found by the alien, who opens his mouth to reveal a bright light. When Kei also arrives he's horrified to find the bodies on the ground. The alien is waiting nearby while listening to music and Kei wants to shoot it, but his gun hand hasn't finished appearing. When the alien sees him it opens fire, and Kei defends himself at the last second. Kei is hit by the blast but the suit keeps him safe, while his own shot destroys the alien's boombox. Furious, the alien shoots again, however he aims at Nishi to get him out of camouflage mode. Nishi lands on top of a vent and the alien jumps to tackle him right through it. On the lower floor, they land on a car and the alien starts beating Nishi up. It's so strong that it breaks the suit, and the alien gets ready to shoot him. After some hesitation, Kato jumps in and grabs the alien to make it shoot the wall instead. When they fall to the floor, the alien turns its head and prepares another shot, but Kato jumps to make it fail again. The alien tries to escape from his hold, but Kato starts squeezing, and with the strength provided by the suit he manages to put it out. Kei rushes to check on a bleeding Nishi, who tells him to get 100 points to revive him and then dies. Suddenly the alien appears behind Kato and punches him down. Then it turns to shoot at Kishimoto, but Kato tackles her to save her and the shot destroys a few cars instead. The alien starts hitting Kato, who pushes Kishimoto out of the way to protect her again. Kei wants to shoot it, but he can't because he would hurt his friends. When the alien gets ready to shoot Kato, Kishimoto grabs a pipe and begins hitting its head with it, causing the shot to destroy the power switches instead. The creature comes after Kishimoto and grabs her arm, so she kicks him in the groin, but nothing happens. It throws her away and Kato catches her just in time. Afterward the alien chases after Kei and corners him against a car to start hitting him. Kei's suit begins inflating and gives him enough strength to punch the alien, making it crash against the ceiling. When the alien tries attacking him again, Kei begins punching it against a car and they end up falling through the window. Now the alien can start hitting it again and opens its mouth to prepare a shot, however Kei covers it with his gun and shoots to destroy its head from inside. The alien dies with a small explosion that destroys the car too, and the others worry as they start to disappear. Kei has lost a leg and an arm and has to helplessly watch how the car's leaking gas touches the broken power box, causing a bigger explosion. In the white room, Kato demands to know what happened to Kei. Gantz then activates and brings Kei to in perfect health. Nobody gets any points except for Kei, who gets 7. A message says there are 93 points to go before adding today's deaths to the collection. Kei asks what happens when someone gets 100 points, so Gantz explains they can choose between resurrecting any player they like or wiping their memory and being released. The next morning, Kei wakes up with the suit still on and he tests it by destroying a pan with just his hands. After covering the suit with normal clothes, Kei spends his day doing some tests like making big jumps all over town. When he's about to test if he can do it on rooftops, he gets a call from Kojima to invite him to a coffee shop. They meet for a snack and Kojima shares her art. In return Kei shares that he used to protect Kato from mean boys at school. Meanwhile Kishimoto visits Kato to return his jacket. He confesses that he was in juvie because he killed his father, who always came home drunk and beat Ayumu. Later Kato watches the news and notices the police investigating the damage in the garage. Ayumu tells him that lately he's been dreaming that his brother disappears, but Kato assures him he isn't going anywhere. That night the heroes are called back to the White Room with new players. The mission today is a creature known as the ill-tempered alien. Kato asks the newbies to put on the suits and grab a gun, but a monk protests by saying this is the work of the devil. It causes Kato to freak out as he explains he doesn't want to see any more death. Kei tries to calm him and an argument ensues, only to be interrupted when Gaunt starts sending them out to the mission. The group is taken to a museum with two huge statues at the entrance. One of them must be the alien, but before they can discuss a plan, a newbie shoots the left statue and destroys it. At that moment the right statue starts moving and tries to stomp on the players, who move away just in time. Everyone starts running while the alien keeps using its fists or feet to try to kill them, but it's too slow. The monk runs into the museum and hides inside a room full of Buddhist art, where he starts praying. Whenever he closes his eyes, a statue in the room gets a little closer to him. Outside, Kei circles the statue to try to get the killing shot, but it jumps high and lands with such strength that the shockwave sends everyone flying. Hearing all this, another terrified newbie hides in the same room as the monk. Kei tells Kato to evacuate the others before going after the statue again, jumping very quickly to dodge the kicks. Then Kei slides under the statue and shoots at its leg, causing the limb to explode and the statue to fall on top of another newbie. Now that the statue is weak, Kei shoots it in the face and causes a huge explosion that kills the alien. He's very proud of himself, but Kato calls him out because he got a player killed. Kei says it's Kato's fault for not evacuating everyone as he asked. In the White Room, Gaunt's timer resets. At that moment a severely wounded newbie comes out of the museum and the group concludes there's another alien. Kei, Kato, and Kishimoto go inside and find the monk dead in the Buddhist room. Suddenly a statue with multiple arms attacks Kei, who blocks the blow with his gun and gets disarmed in the process. Then the statue begins to repeatedly stab Kei until Kato drags him away. He leaves Kei with Kishimoto, saying it's his turn to fight to protect his friend like Kei used to do for him in school. Afterward Katie sneaks around the room with his gun ready. Thanks to the reflection on the glass, he sees the alien appearing behind him and dodges its attacks, causing some art to get damaged instead. Suddenly the alien starts talking, pointing out it was the humans who attacked first and killed its friends. Feeling bad, Kato lowers his gun, only for the alien to attack again and disarm him. It then announces it wants revenge, but at that moment it explodes from a shot by Kishimoto. Unfortunately the alien has dodged the attack and hits Kishimoto to knock her down. It opens its arms and reveals more swords, only to stand there as if it was a real statue. Kato gets a blade from his suit and attacks the alien, starting a vicious sword fight. The alien is clearly much stronger and easily overpowers Kato, throwing him away. Kishimoto catches him midair while the statue comes closer to kill Kato. However, Kishimoto jumps in to protect him and gets impaled by multiple swords at the same time. She falls in Kato's arms and with her last breath she tries to kiss him, but dies before their lips meet. A furious Kato attacks the statue again, but the alien simply uses the swords to toss him from side to side by slashing his whole body, then finishes him with multiple stabbings. After throwing the body toward Kei, the alien says it'll destroy everything as revenge. Seeing all his friends dead, Kei forces his weak body to stand up and activates the suit to its maximum power. The alien easily blocks his attack and starts moving its arms, so Kei has to jump out of the way. Then he notices a gun stuck in the railing, so he makes another jump to dodge the swords and grab it. When the alien is close enough, Kei opens fire, however the creature blocks the shot with its swords. Next the alien drops a small Buddha statue on the ground. The figure begins to crack and grow, getting so big that it destroys the stairs and bursts through the roof. In the process its giant hand has picked up Kei and now claps to kill him, but Kei ends up falling. He starts running away but stops when he hears Kato's voice and receives his friend's gun. Kei opens fire and the statue tries to grab him, only to get the hand blown up instead. Then Kei runs up the statue's arm, but when he reaches the face, he gets headbutted and falls. Refusing to give up, Kei punches the statue's face and ends up getting swallowed instead. Now he's inside the creature, Kei can shoot all around him and kill the alien with a huge explosion. Afterward Kei runs to check on Kato but disappears before he can help. Suzuki and a newbie are already in the White Room, but not the others. Gaunt gives Kei 13 points before adding the new photos to the dead list. As soon as Kei sees Kishimoto and Kato he asks to get his friends back, but Gaunt reminds him he needs 100 points. The next day at the station Kojima notices that Kei is in a bad mood and offers her help but Kei ignores her. Then a kid starts crying because his hat fell on the rail, so Kei jumps in and retrieves it, making the child very happy. At that moment the train appears but Kei doesn't move, so Kojima immediately drags him back to the platform to save him. She cries as she explains she likes him and Kei promises to her that he won't die. Later Kei visits Ayumu to drop the bad news. That night Kei reappears in the White Room, where Suzuki plus a bunch of new people are waiting. Then Gaunt begins playing its song to announce a new mission. Meanwhile Kato appears in a crowd outside the museum. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.